Yep.
Questions for Coach?
Coach, what do you think?
Excited to keep playing baseball. Wherever it is you go at this stage, it's going to be a dogfight. It doesn't matter, if it's the 1 seed, the 16 seed, or whatever. We saw that last year. It was a hard-earned win at a regional last year with that. So Tennessee, what a program, and it's awesome that we get to go to their place and compete. So not looking ahead to them by any means. We're thinking about Indiana right now, and that's all we're going to focus on.
I'm curious, heading into today, what was your feeling where maybe you thought you'd end up? Because I feel like last year there was a lot of talk with the Alabama regionals. You ended up at Auburn. What was your feeling on where maybe you thought?
Over the last 9 years, I've learned that you never know. You don't know until it, gets put on that screen. So projections are just that, projections, and nobody knows, except the people in that room last night and, making those decisions. So, to be one of the 64 teams still playing, we've earned it. We earned it with the conference championship. For sure, but that's what the goal is, and you got to go play good baseball to move on.
Were you surprised like you were going to the number 1 seed?
I'm not going to say I was surprised or unsurprised. I think this was a different year. Nobody in the state of Louisiana, Mississippi, or Alabama hosting a regional. Things are going to be a little different then. You're going to go to places that you might not have been accustomed to. So it is what it is, and whatever. We're excited. I mean, I think these guys that. Were on this team last year. They're excited about this opportunity. So it's, but we're focusing on Indiana, game number 1 on Friday night or Friday, whatever time we play.
What do you know about Indiana?
I know nothing. And, so we're fixing to spend a lot of time today and tomorrow, getting as much information and putting together a game plan for them and as well as the other teams in the regional.
Kind of a similar question. I know you're familiar with Tennessee, but your team's much different as well. I mean, how much do you kind of draw on last year's experience, if you do at all?
Well, I think you definitely draw on last year's experience. I think, experience is a real thing. Guys that's been in the moments of regionals or supers or whatever. So, and then there's, a bunch of guys that haven't been in that mode too. So, this program, the way it's built and stuff is, we're not wowed, by being in this or going where we're going and so forth. This is our expectations and stuff. So, and I'm not being cocky by saying that by any means. It's, but that's just the mindset we're going to have. Looking forward to playing.
Coach, there's been a moniker here for a long time, anywhere, anytime, any place. How do you feel like your baseball team kind of will embrace that going to Knoxville?
I think they've been embracing it. I really do. I think they're going to be ready. They're not going to be intimidated. They're not going to be wowed. We play at the Pete. It's a pretty electric, crowd and stuff. So. Whatever happens there, it's not going to be anything that we haven't seen for sure. So our guys are going to keep their mindset to focus on one pitch at a time, 1 out at a time, 1 inning at a time, and 1 game at a time, and that's what we're going to focus on.
How much go ahead, Scott. How much of the total success this season has, not just been because of players too, but the familiarity you have, like with the staff, Edgar, staying on, Travis Creel, of course, too.
100%. I think consistency, unity. Camaraderie is a real thing. I think this staff has got so much chemistry. They love each other. We love each other. We know each other. And I am so overwhelmed and thankful to have the group of men and women that are part of this staff. That's it takes all of it. It takes everybody, from the top down. And there's so many parts of this program, from your team chaplain to your SID to just so many that are integral parts of this program and have been for a long time. And that's what makes this program so special. So enjoying who you work with, who you get on a bus with, and all those things is very important.
For Sunbelt teams in the tournament, can we just kind of talk about that and about this league?
Well, I think it speaks to, what this league is. The 5th best RPI league in the country, I believe. It deserved 4 teams. And there were some other really good teams that did make it. And but that's the nature of the beast, for that. And happy for, obviously, Louisiana, James Madison, and Coastal. It's good to have our league represented well, in that. And so hopefully we all go out and put on a good show and, just brings even more attention to the Sunbelt Conference.
I was impressed by the way the kids supported the other Sunbelt teams when their names were announced. They gave them a little round of applause. I thought that was showed some class.
Well, we respect them. Yeah, we try to beat them when we play them, and when they're on the other side of the field, it's different. But we're all in this together. It's a league. It's a conference that we all want to do our part in strengthening it.
Obviously, you and some of the players on this team, not a lot, were there last year and felt that pain of losing to Tennessee. How do you kind of just put that to the side and go play the baseball game?
Just same way we've been doing everything all year, man. And again, I'm not, trying to sound robotic with my answers here, but honestly, the message we have is we don't care really who we're playing. We care about how we play, and our goal is try to go play the best baseball game we can play.
You need a meal at Applebee's?
I haven't had Applebee's in a long time, so I might. I've heard it's good over there.
Anything else?
Thanks.
All right, thanks, guys.
Billy, I'm curious, just heading into today, what were kind of your thoughts or your feeling and where you thought you ended up? Last year, the talk was Alabama, you all went to Auburn. What was kind of your feeling before the thing got released?
Yep, last year I feel like we had kind of an idea somewhere in Alabama, ended up being Auburn. This year with the hosts were kind of all over the place, none too close to us, so we really didn't have any idea. I saw a lot of projections said Florida State. We thought maybe if we're going to SEC, it might have been Georgia, but now it turns out Tennessee, so it's interesting.
How do you feel about that, Tennessee?
Cool, I mean, we got to play them last year. We'll get to play them again in the regional. They were not too happy about coming to Hattiesburg, so now we're going there. We'll see what it's like at their field.
I guess the first game against Tennessee last year, you were having some success, and the rain delay kind of killed your outing. I mean, is that kind of in the back of your mind as you head into this?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how we go through the pitching order. Me and Nico both threw on Sunday, so we're both in the same spot. We'll see what happens, but yeah, they're a good team, and we end up playing them at game 2. Hopefully, if we win the first one, we'll see who's on the map.
Were you surprised you're headed to Tennessee?
I would say, yeah, we're pretty surprised. We were, last year we got to sit around for a couple regionals, and then this year we were the first one listed, and then we kind of just had to talk about it the rest of the time. No one was really ready for it to pop up that early, and then we were here for 10 minutes and it was over. So, yeah, a little surprising.
What were y'all talking about at the tables?
We were talking about just the fact that we had played them last year. It's kind of crazy. We get to, got to go to their regional now. They came to us, we go there. Cool storyline, I guess. But for our trip, maybe we'll fly. Haven't had a flight this year. Just those kind of things.
Where's your confidence at right now, just personally after yesterday when you came out of the bullpen?
Yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate, but super happy with the first game I pitched, and I felt like my stuff was still good yesterday, but it just didn't go my way. They were swinging really hot bats. They were a good team, hot team. Just got the best of me yesterday.
Most of the players on this team weren't even a part of the Super Regional last year. You lost a lot of players. How do you kind of voice the fact that you lost this team last year, but also just focus on playing the game?
Yeah, it's a good point. I didn't think of that. Yeah, we lost so much last year, so I mean they're not gonna. They don't know what we got this year. We're a new team. They're probably a new team. They lost a good amount too. So it is same teams, but same programs, but different teams this year. So we'll see how that goes.
Do you want to eat at Applebee's?
I heard they got one, so I might have to stop by.
Thank you, Joe. Go ahead.
Just thoughts?
We're just super excited to be able to play in postseason, and not really too much thoughts about who we're playing or who else in the regional, but we're excited to go up to Knoxville and see if we can win this thing.
I've been asking this to everybody. What was kind of your thought in your head before the show happened? Like last year, projections were Alabama, y'all went to Auburn. Did you kind of think about maybe where you're gonna end up? It was a little random this year. So
every year we try to guess where we're going. I'm honestly pretty bad at guessing where we're going. I don't really. It's all pretty complicated. It seems like the committee every year kind of bases their decision off different things. Sometimes they kind of weigh heavy on RPI, and other times it's other factors. I honestly don't really know how it works, so I actually don't even really entertain the conversation whenever it gets brought up. I just kind of am excited to play baseball, so that's all I really think about.
Carson, the one team that you guys are familiar with is obviously Tennessee. Can you just tell us if you guys do match up with them, your thoughts on playing them? Obviously, you saw them a year ago.
I mean, yeah, they're obviously a good ball club, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's Division I baseball. Any team can win, any team can lose. We're just excited to be able to go up there and play. So, not really too many thoughts on who they are. It's just at the end of the day, it's just another team, and I'm sure they're thinking the same thing. So we're just ready to go play, and hopefully we can match up with them and see if we can win.
What's your hand?
I don't really know what's going on with it. I took the week off for the conference tournament. We're going to see what's up with that. I'm not too sure, though. I don't have any answers for that, to be honest with you. See if we can get some of that figured out, and we'll just kind of go from there.
How tough was it to miss the conference tournament? Your brothers are out there playing, and you're on the bench.
It wasn't really tough. Obviously, I'd like to play. However, I've been blessed, just to be a part of Southern Miss. So to be able to go to the conference tournament, to be able to be on the team is just incredible. But we won the thing, so it doesn't really matter if I played or not because we won, and that's all that matters. Winning ball games is the most important thing. It doesn't matter who's out there. Obviously we have guys that can play. Me not playing doesn't determine our win or losing. So I was just happy to be there. Obviously I'd like to play, but us winning is more important.
Is it your hand or your wrist?
I don't even know. It feels like both, to be honest with you.
How did you injure it?
Swinging. I just felt it against Texas State on the Saturday game. I just felt it.
Carson, can you speak to just the finish you guys have had? Similar to last year, you guys are getting hot at the right time, playing your best baseball. What's really clicked, you feel like, last month?
I think we're just kind of putting the pieces together. Our bullpen, especially our back end bullpens, kind of figured out our hitting. All year our hitting hasn't necessarily been bad. It's just we've been missing that big hit. That's what Coach Girl calls it. So we've always had runners in scoring positions. Just we haven't been able to get that big 2-out hitter. We're not to kind of knock them in. I think now all those missing pieces are kind of coming together, and we're starting to figure it out. And our team chemistry's off the roof. That's like I have 38 best friends out there, 39, however many there are. They're my best friends. So when we see each other succeed, it kind of fires us up and makes us want to do more.
Several players on the team. You were a part of the team last year, but several players weren't a part of it. How do you just kind of put what happened last year aside and just go play the game?
You talking about the Super Regional?
Yeah.
Last year's last year. We don't even really talk about last year. Only thing we talk about in years past is the accomplishments we've had, because we want to add on to those, and we don't really talk about the tough losses because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The wins don't even matter from last year because it is last year. We don't care who it was last year we got beat by. We've gotten beat by teams and the next year beat them and vice versa. So it doesn't. Last year's losses doesn't dictate this year's success, if that makes sense. So that's how we think about it. Really don't think about it at all, to be honest with you.
First off, how excited are you to be a part of this regional matchup with Indiana first? What's kind of your feeling on that?
Obviously we came into this regional knowing that it's going to be tough no matter what, and we're excited. We're going to I think it's Knoxville, correct? Yeah, Knoxville, and they came to our place last year. We got to play Indiana first, and if we win that, we get to play Tennessee. So looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun trip, and we're going to play our best.
Were you surprised?
It was pretty quick. We just sat down. It was like 10 seconds in, and we were on there. So we didn't really get time to react. So, but we're excited. We're ready to play ball.
What was kind of the discussions at the table? Billy said y'all were just kind of talking after it happened.
Yeah, we were just honestly, we were like, wow, that was quick. Now we just got to sit here and just wait, because typically the past couple years I've been a part of it. We're like midway through and we're still don't know where we're going, but being that first one off the board, it was cool, but it was very quick.
I've been asking everybody heading into today, what was kind of your thoughts on maybe where you think you would have ended up? I feel like last year it was at Alabama with Auburn.
Yeah, last year it was kind of solidified that we were either going to Alabama or Auburn. This year, when we found out that Mississippi State wasn't hosting, we had no clue, honestly. We had options in our brain, but everyone was just saying everything. There was 1 through 16. We were like, oh, maybe we're going there, maybe we're going there. So, but we ended up going to Tennessee.
Do you have a take on how the committee came to its decision for you guys?
No, not really. That's just their job. It's just part of it. You never know.
Heading into this series, how do you guys want to use this momentum in all the right ways? Sun Belt Conference champions, especially a huge win where you guys just swing the bats all the right time.
Yeah, we're playing good baseball right now. We're just going to try our best to keep playing good baseball, and hopefully it ends up taking us to the top.
It feels like this team just really plays loose. It's almost like there's no pressure. Do you feel like, especially in late games, you guys are down? It feels like you guys have tapped into something.
Yeah, earlier on in the season, you could tell that including myself, I just wasn't really loose, and we kind of developed some maturity as a team, and starting to develop some strengths during those tough situations, and staying calm and just being able to execute during those times. So just taking that into these next couple of weeks, especially this weekend. I mean, we're just got to play our best ball to win.
If you remember last year, Billy was pitching really well against Tennessee, and then that lightning, rain delay kind of ended his outing early. Were you at all curious to see if he gets a second chance against him?
Yeah, I mean, you never know what Coach Oz. I mean, he's the mastermind behind it all. I mean, you never know. We have 3 good options, really. So we have a really good in-depth pitching staff, and I'm confident enough that whoever we throw out there is going to do their best and give us a chance to win.
Anything else?
Thanks, Matt. Well,
What do you think?
We're excited. They got us last year, and we're looking to go up there and play good baseball, play Golden Eagle baseball.
Were you at all surprised at the selection, or did you have any thoughts coming in of where you guys might end up?
I wasn't really surprised. This is probably the most, I don't know if oblivious is the right word, but we really didn't know this year. And, in the years past, we've had a good idea. This year we didn't know, so anything was on the table. It's just kind of weird. It's the first time. A lot of times we kind of waited till the end. This year it was like we're right off the board. So
Coming into it, obviously you have a lot of experience in the postseason. What do you think it takes, strength of the team-wise, to get out of the regional and head to a Super Bowl?
yeah, you got to be, kind of like last year we lost the first game at the Auburn Regional. You got to be mentally tough and be able to weather the storm, whatever that looks like. And especially on the road, away from your home park, that's even more important.
You still got a nice 32-game hitting streak going right now. Have you thought about that once the past few days?
I've just here lately. I've just been glad that I could help the team win and have some big hits with runners on.
I'm curious too, how much of this success, just all around the team for you as well, has come because, it's a senior? Is that kind of in the back of your mind, or how's that kind of play?
I wouldn't say it plays a whole lot. I think right now you can just right now you're seeing so many different guys on our team contribute. Whether regardless of what age they are, it's cool to see.
Talk about playing this Carson Paetow for the last 3 years. He's been a big part of your team, and being a captain along with you. Talk about him just as a player and a teammate.
Yeah, absolutely. Paetow is probably one of my best friends on the team. He's a guy that brings it every day, and there's a reason he's a captain. And he hadn't played in the past week or so, but he's still out there, encouraging some of those younger guys and just kind of helping them out. And he's staying ready in whatever way that looks like. And hopefully we'll have him back at some point.
How did you had to adjust with having him out of the lineup?
I think so far we've adjusted really well. We've had yeah, there you go. But we had Seth Smith came back in the starting role, and he's done really good. He stepped right in and contributed, and so that's what you love to see, especially from younger guys.
Slade, also having that experience when you do a rundown of these teams, obviously Tennessee's in there. What do you tell your teammates about Tennessee, having faced them last year?
We'll get to Tennessee when we get to Tennessee. We play Indiana first. That's game 1 on Thursday or Friday? I don't know. But don't let the moment get too big. We're going to go out and try to play Golden Eagle baseball.
Has it been impressive, especially from the younger guys, to see what you just said? They don't really let the moment get too big. You guys are down 2 runs in the 8th, whatever it is. There's no panic or anything for this team that goes in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yesterday was such a back and forth game, and to start that last inning off, we Tucker Stockman, who's a freshman, and then Gabe brought us to us his first year at Division I baseball. They go back-to-back singles, and then we're ready to go. And for it to be their first year at this level and them contributing like that is pretty awesome.
Do you know anything about Indiana? Or
I don't. I'm sure. I know every team left playing baseball at this point is a good baseball team, and so we'll get ready for them.
Anything else? Slade, thank you, man.
Thank y'all.
Good job.